I'm Colin Harmon in Tempe, talking about the Big 12 championship game between the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Iowa State Cyclones. Who would ever thought we would have been in this position just 4 short months ago at the outset of this season when ASU was picked to finish in the cellar of the Big 12? Now they are the number 1 seed going into the conference title game, favored to win it and get a spot in the college football playoff. I mean, it is truly remarkable what this team has done and what Kenny Dillingham has turned around in short order. I know that Curt Cignetti at Indiana is probably going to win National Coach of the Year, taking a 3-9 program a year ago that he took over to 11-1 in the Big Ten. If Kenny gets to 11 wins this weekend and a conference championship, you have to take a long, hard look at him. They were 3-9 as well last year, but he inherited a program that was left for dead by the previous regime. I mean, Kenny said it a few weeks ago. When you enter a program that is under investigation, sanctions, I mean, you're hired to be fired. Not only is he not getting fired, I mean, he's closer to getting keys to the city and a statue here. It's absolutely remarkable. And for a guy that, you know, just infectious energy that he brings around the program, he's brought the fan base back. You know, a guy that, him and Graham Rossini, I mean, the athletic department is in such a good spot right now. Guys that live and breathe and bleed maroon and gold. What a time to be a Sun Devils fan. Now, there is some bad news that we learned on Monday from talking to Kenny Dillingham. Obviously, everybody that watched the Territorial Cup on Saturday had a good indication, seeing Jordan Tyson in a sling. He is out indefinitely. Kenny didn't want to go into great details about what that means, what the timetable is for when he comes back, but obviously they need other guys to step up. When you lose a guy that's 56% of your pass-catching offense outside of the running back room, that is a tall order to try to replace. They're going to have guys step up, needless to say. Do they have that guy that can fill that role, fill that production in a week's time? Probably not. So you look at it's the Cam Scadaboo show, and Kenny on Monday was, for the second time that I can recall, campaigning for Cam to be included in the Heisman conversation and go to New York City. You look at the matchup with Iowa State. It's a team that culturally they play sound defense. They don't do anything that just wows you. They just play fundamentally sound football in all phases. Matt Campbell is just the model of consistency there in Ames, Iowa. This year, however, they're not very good at stopping the run. 96th in the country. So if you're looking at a team in Cam Scadaboo right now that runs the ball effectively, that yards after contact, the offensive line playing with great power and passion at the line of scrimmage, you got to like that matchup, certainly with the loss of Jordan Tyson on offense. Again, I'm just blown away that we're at this spot for the Arizona State Sun Devils. They control their destiny to a spot in the college football playoff. And I still maintain that if a Big 12 team wins their conference, they should have a bye. Listen, the Mountain West, a group of 5, any of them, it's not the same schedule. I'm sorry. It's not. You don't get an automatic bye for doing that. I think it should go to the Big 12, and if ASU is the last one to get a bye, well, what would that mean? They get to play a home game, essentially, a de facto home game in the Fiesta Bowl. What a sight that would be. I know a lot of ASU fans were reminiscing after the Territorial Cup beatdown on Saturday that this is the most fun that they've had watching ASU football since that Rose Bowl season, 1996. Hard to argue with them. This season has been nothing short of incredible, of special. Let's see if the Sun Devils can cap it off on Saturday in Dallas against Iowa State.